Hello everybody. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Zakaroya the Ghost. I was watching episode 20 of The Wife. This episode was a continuation of what happened on episode 19. After Naledi announced Tuto ya Naledi Bazari scheme, everybody was so excited. The journalists wrote well about her. She was on a front page as a kind-hearted woman who really cares about, the whole village, who wants to help people who are struggling. And we have seen that there was a photographer who took a picture of Naledi, Tshedi and Hosi, their father. After that they had a great, I think it was a breakfast. And that's when the father announced that he will reduce their allowance. It is not actually a salary, it's their allowance, so that they can save money to help those children. Actually, they made a plan to start this Naledi Bazari scheme without the budget. Now they have to go all the way out to find money so that they can fulfill what they promised people. Now Naledi, was excited about it. She was happy for the sacrifice the father is doing, but Tshedi was not happy. Tshedi and Sello couldn't understand why is he reducing their allowance so that he can cover the 10 million that he promised, to put into that bursary. Of course, there was tension, and we have seen that the workers were so happy to hear about that, and they were even gossiping or talking about it, saying if it happens, at least they should be considered as, the favorites because of their working for the royal house, or at least they can have a favor simply because of they have, the access, to the royal house. So they should be the first, on the list. But what I want to speak about is the tension between the sisters, Naledi and Tshedi. Remember, they are fighting for the throne. Now, no matter how good Tshedi, she's trying to do things, but the father is constantly showing love to Naledi, no matter how bad Naledi do things. But of course, we know that, Tshedi, she's the one who's sabotaging Naledi, so that Naledi can be seen as a bad person, a person who doesn't respect the royal house, a person who doesn't even respect the king. Because in the previous episode, we have seen, ladies who are working in the royal house, they were, gossiping, and they were saying they blame the king for not being, tough on her. Ever since the mother, passed away, he is very soft, he is very lenient when it comes to her, and they cannot even imagine being ruled by someone who has sex tapes, someone who just go around and sleep with men wherever, she like. They were gossiping about that, and then of course she had them, and she was like very upset, especially to Neo, because she trusted Neo a lot. Remember, Neo, she's that girl who used to give Naledi information when Kawa was at that dark house, when he was captured in that, I can say, a prison cell or a dark house, if I may say. Now on the other side, we have seen Detective Baloyi putting 2 plus 2 together when he was sitting with Kobos, and he said, look, the guy with the dreadlocks, I know the guy. And when they go through the pictures, and that's when they realize that that's Mkokwigi is one of the Zulu brothers. And Detective decided to go to the Zulu brothers' place. I think that was the restaurant. And when he arrived there, he found the Zulu brothers on a map, discussing, Northwest map, because Mr. Mkhize, Five Tigers, was telling them about Lirumo mine, which is the mine which has been closed 10 years ago. That's the mine that they're going to be getting, their diamond. And he was telling them that they will need a big car, 4x4, because the road to the mine is terrible. They have to hijack that car and go there and do what they can so that they can get those, diamonds from the zamas. And he told the Zulu brothers that they must be heavily armed simply because of zamas are not a joke. They are not playing. that means there might be a shootout. You know, I like how he was putting everything together, and they took heavy machines, heavy guns, ready for whatever, ready for war, because they understood that they will make a lot of money. While they were busy planning, that's when Shlomo showed up, and she told them to remove the map because of Detective Baloyi is on his way. Of course, they pretended like they're still packing things because the place is still new, it's a restaurant. Then we saw them sitting with Detective Baloyi, you know, having a meal. Of course, they were talking and they were trying to size him. They were trying to understand if he is corrupt or not, if he can be like Ngobe. Because remember, Ngobe was in their pocket. Because now, Sambulo wanted to know where he comes from. Because of course, that's how they start. They want to know if you have a family, you know, if they want to get those loopholes whereby they can give you money so that you can go and maintain your family. And he didn't give them that chance. And he said, listen, I don't have a problem working with you as long as we are both working together to solve crime. One thing that I don't like is crime. And of course, Mkhele didn't like that because he understood that this guy is not going to work with us. Because he even told them that, oh, you want me to work with you the same way you used to work with Ngobe. I heard it's very quiet at Kurumani. Nothing is happening there. He doesn't have, you know, things that he can do so that he can get extra money. No, he was telling them or letting them know that he knows about, you know, their deal with Ngobe. Now, the gentlemen decided to do what they do, get guns, get bombs and everything, and also the dynamite, and drive all the way to Ventersdorp. The Zulu brothers with Mr. Mkhize. I'm trying to cut these, you know, clips, you know, or scenes short so that I can get through with this episode so that we can get to the 3 episodes that they released today. So they went to Ventersdorp, and when they arrived there, they found Minus, and Minus were happy. They were singing the song, and that's when he told them that if they are singing, that's Mr. Mkhize. He was telling them that if they are singing this way, that means they found the diamonds. That means they have the diamonds. They are happy because he has an inside man who is the leader of zamas, and that leader is the one who gave Mr. Mkhize the roadmap. He gave Mr. Mkhize information so that they will know where the zamas will be and what time they will be out of that mine. You know, episode 20 was a great episode. Of course, you know, tshedi and Naledi, they're still going back and forth. And of course, Kawe is trying very hard to prove that he is innocent. And Kawe this time, he went with them at Ventersdorp so that, you know, the team can be strong. And we have seen for the first time that after they got dropped by the Zulu brothers, the miners after they got dropped by the Zulu brothers, we have seen Sello, who is the husband to tshedi, showing up and asking the zamas, where are my diamonds? That means the zamas are waiting for Sello. But it's revealed later on that, of course, Sello is waiting for the king. That means the zamas are waiting for the king. Sello, he is just the guy who is the supervisor, who is making sure that he runs, you know, the day-to-day programs, making sure the king cannot be seen with zamas every day. The only time he meets them is when he disciplines them. You know, episode 20 was a great episode. Join me when I talk about episode 21. Thank you.